If you're out there, say hi. Tell me where you're watching from. I'm up here at Mountain Ridge Farm, 4,000 feet above sea level here in Highland County, Virginia. And if you've been keeping up with what we're doing here, this farm is growing northern fruits. And the fruits that we have is a wide selection of really sweet grapes, sweet cherry trees, which are over there, and even a fig, which is up on the hill over there, which we're gonna take a look at in a minute, as long as I can actually walk out there with my wireless signal. So let me protect them from the sun. You can see the sun is starting to come out here in the trees. It's supposed to be like a rainy weekend tomorrow anyway. That's what they're saying. But let's get a quick overview of what we're doing here. If you guys are not familiar, definitely check out the channel. This channel is called aPlantBasedDiet.org. Please subscribe if you're interested in this new type of farming. And it's not really new, but it's just the way we're doing things. We don't like to use chemicals because, as you guys probably know, chemicals, all chemicals, have negative side effects of some type. So if you can grow without chemicals, that's the best way to do it. And we've been doing some more planning as we've been growing. Like the first year, we just used a native soil, and we've structured things so that it catches rainwater as it comes down. We don't need to have any irrigation systems here. But we're working on our compost pile. And we've already decided that what we're going to do next year in the spring, when we first arrived here, after the compost has been kind of sitting and working its way through, keeping itself warm over the winter time, is we're going to use that to feed at the bases of these fruit trees, the grapes, the cherries, and the figs. And actually, I got an update for you on the cherries because we had two varieties that were sweet that actually didn't make it, unfortunately. So let me stand up here and give you a little overview. I'm walking underneath this, I don't know, trellis or arch system, and we've been having problems because wildlife, at least I've been suspecting that wildlife has been an issue. And sure enough, it has, because if you saw on the picture for this video, and I'm going to show you guys here in a minute, I'm going to turn the camera around, we're going to start looking in these tubes. On these tubes, I suspected that what was happening was that the wildlife were somehow, and we have copious wildlife here. We got wild turkeys, we got bear, we got deer, we have rabbits, and there's probably many other types of wildlife that I'm not even familiar with yet, but I see these on a regular basis, okay? All the ones I just named to you. So I know that they're here. And they somehow seek out, they must know that this stuff tastes better than what's native, because obviously this stuff is native. That's the one thing we're not doing. These aren't native plants, unfortunately. Although maybe like pawpaws, I was talking to Dave Mascatello of Planetary Farms, and he was suggesting maybe do some pawpaws. So we might do that in the near future. But what we're doing is, regenerative agriculture, or permaculture, really, is what we're doing. Permaculture, where we're not selling the soil. Just the one time to plant these, and these should be here for generations, hopefully. That's the idea. And no chemicals at all. Yeah, we may run into some issues with pests and disease. I don't even know. We're going to find out as we go. That's why we're documenting this whole process. This is the very beginning. We were hoping to get some fruits that are out of the grapes the first year, because Denise bought some vines that were like second and third year, I believe. But because we got set back almost a month, is what we got set back, because of the wildlife and the fact that I couldn't get these right away. I couldn't just go out and grab them. I had to order them from Plantra. And check out the video on that where I actually show you the unboxing and how I installed them. But they work great, because basically they'll be here until the vine gets about this high, and hopefully it'll be vigorously growing, which grapevines do, as long as they keep it watered, which I do. And you'll see it's got lots of green stuff on it, and it's doing well. It'll take off and just kind of go up right around here, around the top, and the wildlife won't be able to get to it. See, I'm 6'1.5", and I have no problem standing under here. So that's why we did it this high too. We used the cattle fencing, repurposed it for grapevines. So now let me turn this thing around so you guys can see what's going on. All right, so we can really view them most easily from the outside. And we've got 10 plants here. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one. I don't think this is the most vigorously growing, but you can get the idea of how the stuff's working. Because we weren't seeing anything but a few little buds. That's all we were seeing. And that's because they're being eaten alive. Now you can see, look at that growth on that. That is pretty good. And even this one is not that high up yet. Let's go take a look at another one so you can see. And all this does is it protects from the wildlife from eating it. This one is a little bit more. You can see a little bit of a vine coming out of there. Let's do the third one. This is the one we got on the picture for this video. You can see, look at the vine. Look at that. Okay, you see that? That is coming in good. And none of this, all the growth was being eaten off every single week is what was happening. So get this thing a head start, get it growing up, and then over the top where none of the wildlife can get to it. Another thing to consider with these that I learned is that you have to remove these before the winter. These grapevines have to harden up, okay? They have to really get cold hardy in order to make it through the winter. And if this thing is here, it's like a little greenhouse. I can't focus on that for some reason. Let's see if I can zoom it in now. No, oh, there we go. There's that one right there. I have all these labeled. These are all different varieties. Some of them are repeats. But anyway, this acts like a greenhouse in the autumn. So you got to take it off so it cold hardies, so it can make it into the winter. Let's see what we've got here. This one's got some nice shoots coming up. See? Can we get this? I'm tapping on the lens. It's just not. I wish you could see. Can you see? Anyway, it's not in focus, but you get the idea. It is getting some vigorous growth up in this tube because nothing's disturbing it. None of the wildlife. And this one here. And I'm doing this video today because it's supposed to rain tomorrow, I think. And we have a nice view out the window there too. It'll be right through the tunnel of grapes. Trying to get up that. This one's nice. This is doing very, very nice here. You see that? All right, so much better than before. I had no idea. Oh, there's a ladybug too. Huh. And I've seen some nice bees out here today too. Butterflies. Got lots of activity here, which I wasn't sure because there's not much. There doesn't seem to be much up this high. But like I said, we are seeing so much wildlife. It's surprising. All right, so that's it for the grapes. Let me know your questions, comments, whatever you can think about down below. I'll give you an update here. Okay, the cherry tree on the end here, and we got 3 that are good. You can see how dark the leaves are inside the white tube. They're thriving. And that one on the end also, same thing, same variety, different locations. It just didn't make it. And apparently the way this works, I'm learning, is that you plant in the spring and then they give you the warranty. And these didn't make it, so they're gonna credit us, which they did. The thing is, we can't get it shipped till next spring, so we've lost an entire year in the process. Well, I mean, I guess it is what it is at this point in time, right? Can't really do anything else about that. Let's take a look at these. I can't get up on top, I don't think you see, but you can see, look at the leaves in there, the lush green growth. So well, doing so well there. Doing really well here. See how thick these leaves are? Great. Look at that. Zoom back out. Hopefully I have enough signal. Now look at this one. Look at the leaves in there. Yeah, just in 1 week, that has really become very, very vigorous and lush in 1 week's time. Again, that one over here, this one's gone. And then this is our fig. Let me see if I have enough signal because I am walking way away from our internet. See? We're still connected. Now this is not designed for this purpose. And actually I may end up, as this thing grows up, if once it gets taller, before the wildlife eats it, since the wildlife is so aggressive here, I may replace it with one of these since the end cherries, didn't make it. I may just swap it out because I need a stake too. I used that, but you can see, let's go down, get a view. You can see the fig and it seems to be doing well. I can't focus. Let's see, can I focus? There, you can see a little better there. Okay, but that's it. That's the tour of the farm. You got a farm tour. I'm so happy that the grapes are back on track, but we lost a month there, but we lost a whole year on these cherry trees on either end. But we got three out of the 5, so that should be good. Let me turn this thing around. All right, so this is Farmer Mike signing off from the grapes, figs, and cherries. And remember, everything we have is really sweet. We definitely like to eat sweet fruits. These are not for wine, okay? I so wish I could go, there's so many wineries here in Virginia, and hardly any of the wineries have any sweet wines, which means they hardly have any sweet grapes, and they won't even sell me the grapes. And of course, most of them are not organic. And again, this is better than organic, totally chemical free, regenerative. We're using our compost. We're using all fruit compost almost is what we have, ripe fruits. And I can't wait to see how these, how that's going to affect. It may even affect the taste. I don't know, depending on what you use for compost. Because most things that are grown organically, if they're doing it correctly and not lying to you, they're going to be using like cow manures, animal manures, shit, basically. Okay, that affects the taste. I mean, maybe it's better. Maybe I'm going to find out that using super ripe fruit to fertilize other fruits isn't right. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, what your experience is. If you want to come out and tour the farm, let us know as well. We got a couple of other projects going on here. We're definitely working on the inside of the house, and I have a couple of other ideas of things that we're working on. So thanks so much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.